What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 140, and in today's episode we start off with a game against Empoli here, coming on the back of that superb 3-1 victory over Chelsea in the last game. That put us through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, and now we go in search of our third win in three as we aim to stay top of the table in the Serie A.
Well, they're glad to have him in the lineup today, aren't they? They wouldn't want to miss out on his talents, Milan.
Well, sometimes you talk about not being able to coach a quality, and I think his finishing ability is one such thing because he just does it naturally.
And coming into this game, I would make 10 changes from the side that beat Chelsea in the last game in midweek. A lot of the players were tired coming into this one, so I thought I'd give the boys a rest, but only start the goalkeeper Jeremy Jakovic, who did concede against Chelsea, but has been playing a little bit better of late. Taking on Empoli here, Origi would also start this game, and I found it kind of funny, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith talking about his finishing ability pre-game. He hasn't scored a single league goal yet so far, but they were still giving him some props and still giving him some praise. He did get his first goal in the last game, though, as he came off the bench against Chelsea to score the third goal. The one was the dagger, really, and won us the game for sure. So coming to the game here, Empoli against Milan. We take the lead just 15 minutes in as well, as we've got ourselves a chance right from the goal kick, really. Empoli had the first chance of the game. The ball went out for a throw-in down the right-hand side, and we took it quickly, and Empoli just seemed to stop, you know, like seriously, there was a faded animation, so the players were set back into their normal roles, but they just allowed me to walk through there, and as Origi found Mitov Nilsson, Ibra's regen, gets his first goal of the season and makes it Empoli 0, Milan 1. So really poor defending from the home side there. Again, it wasn't a quick throw in the sense that we took it whilst the ball was able to be picked up. The animation, the faded animation, transition I should say, came on. So the players stopped and just let me walk through really. But still, Empoli 0, Milan 1 soon became 2-0 in the 25th minute. Divock Origi, who scored his first goal for Milan in the last game against Chelsea, coming off the bench, now gets his second in two as he controlled the long through ball over the top and put it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. So Origi was 2-2 now, and it's taken him a while to finally start finding the back of the net, but hopefully now the Belgian is going to prove he is going to be a worthwhile acquisition and he'll start scoring some goals from the bench. He almost got his second goal here, but it was a great save by the goalkeeper though on the one-on-one as he kept it at 2-0. But in this game, Empoli's defense was really poor, and I looked at their team pre-game as well. We had made 10 changes to our usual first 11, of course Jakovic being the only starter. I looked at their team, they had Farfan, they had Hernandez, they had Defoe. There's three decent players in that Empoli side, but really they just didn't look good defensively at all. Every single time we came forward, we looked like scoring. And in the first half, they dominated possession, but only recorded one shot, and we were still looking the better side. How many times have I said that throughout this series? So Empoli 0, Milan 2, and in the second half, the same sort of stuff was going on. 3 minutes after the restart here, I was just teasing the defenders, really. Adnan Januzaj rainbow flicking the ball over the defender there, and putting the shot wide of the post and behind. So still 2-0, but Empoli really didn't get out of the blocks flying in the first half or in the second half either. 7 minutes after the restart, should have made it 3-0. Verdi had a free header in the centre, but could only hit the woodwork, and it was still 2-0 to the away side. But in the 74th minute, as the game was coming to its close, we took the foot off the gas a little bit, really, started conserving some energy. But as Mari played a 1-2 of Poli here, he eventually played it inside towards Verdi, who hit the woodwork. He found Portillo off the bench here, down the right-hand side, takes it around his man, eventually crossfields out wide towards Adnan Januzaj, the Belgian, who tries to take it around the last defender, succeeds in doing so, a little bit fortunately, but he won't mind, and Januzaj gets his second goal of the season and makes it Empoli 0, Milan 3. So 3-0 to Milan. Empoli in this game, really poor. And it was one of those games where I made 10 changes to the first 11, all outfield changes. You would have expected the home side, really, you know, being at home as well, you would have expected them to really go at us and try and go in search of, you know, a win in this game, not just a draw, but instead they just sat back for the entire game, retained possession. Jakovic got a clean sheet in this one, his first in a few games, and it was such an easy game. And I just thought to myself, you know, those are the games right there where you would think we would actually be under a little bit of pressure, you know, fielding a weakened side, being away from home. You know, yes, of course, we have won our last 2 games, but our form hasn't been very good for a long time now. I'm surprised at how easy that game was. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain about it. We got the 3 points. That's really good to see. But I'm really surprised at how easy that game was. Empoli basically gave us the 3 points in that one. But either way, following out some more player training as well, I wanted to slow that down as well and show you there, Ryan Thaler. You may be wondering why I'm still training headers and volleys and stutter step penalties. The reason being is quite simple. You'll see it in the squad report right here. Ryan Thaler's stats are are absolutely incredible, as you guys know. He's an 89 overall rated player. I said he'd hit 90 in December. Well, we've now reached December, and sadly, he's still stuck at 89, so I've got it wrong. But either way, he's 89 right now. I want to get his his penalties even to 71, and his heading to 71 as well. It's really trivial, but when you look at the color coding on the stats here, you'll see that he's still in the yellow for heading and heading and penalties. And I want to get those stats to green. Once it goes to 71, the change from 70 to 71 is yellow to green. So once he gets to those, I'll stop training it. But yeah, I just wanted to get him to 71 for those, so he can turn even greener than he currently is right now. Because he's just a green machine, like he really is. Look at all those stats right there. It's just absolutely extraordinary. So that's why I'm still training heading and penalties. But don't worry, once that stops, I'll train him in other aspects of his game as well, as they're not as important stats as some others are. But still, following that as well, you can see the league table right here. We are top by 3 points over Napoli, so really pleased with that. We can only manage a draw against Napoli in the last episode, but right now 3 points clear of them, great to see. And also in the Champions League, confirmation here as well. After our win over Chelsea in the last episode, right at the end of the last episode, we have guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. And if we avoid defeat to Porto on the final group stage game, which is the next one after this one against Genoa, we will guarantee a place top of the group as well. So we haven't really been playing to our usual level of late with Milan, but either way, 3 wins in 3 now, good to see. And maybe now we're starting to come into our own a little bit and starting to show exactly why I believe this team is good enough to be contenders for the Champions League come the end of the season. But still a long way to go. And for our second game, we do take on Genoa here. Also as well, whilst this game's going on, I want to ask you guys a question, and that is, what do you want for episode number 150 of Career Mode? Now, usually when I do 50 or 100 for a Career Mode episode, I make a special for you guys. We're 10 episodes away. I honestly don't know what to do. So because of that, I want your suggestions today. I was waiting for a break in the commentary to talk about this. So basically, guys, in the comment section down below, I want you guys to suggest some stuff for episode number 150. I don't mind what it is. The one thing I can't do is a live stream, because that way I have to record in lower quality, and I don't want to put out a video which is SD in this series. So that's the one thing I certainly won't do. But episode number 150, it's coming round. Let me know what you guys want in the comment section down below, and I'll make a special episode for you to say thank you from me to you for your continued support in this series. Because as I always say, I couldn't do this series without you guys. It is awesome how many of you guys still really enjoy it. 140 episodes in. Just think about that, 140 different episodes in. Really appreciate your support. And yeah, tell me what you want for episode number 150, and I'll see your ideas, and I'll see which one takes my fancy. But still, coming to this game against Genoa here, the second and final one of today's episode. First chance fell to us from a free kick, but Ryan Tyler into the target. And then here, Genoa took down El Shaarawy as he sprinted into the box here. I didn't think this was a penalty in the 21st minute. El Shaarawy released the ball. He got a good cross into the centre. The defender was only trying to block the cross, or so I thought. So whenever we get these penalties, we chip them down the middle. Ryan Tyler chips it back to the goalkeeper, who says thank you very much, and it's still 0-0. So that penalty, in my opinion, was a harsh one on Genoa there. You know, El Shaarawy released the ball. It was the follow through that took him down. I think it was a really difficult one to give, to be honest. So I didn't think it was a penalty. That's why I chipped it, and it's still 0-0. But it's okay though, because just 10 minutes before the break, Ryan Tyler would get his first goal, and our first goal of the game as well. The skipper didn't score from the spot, but he does score from open play. Plays a 1-2 to his teammate and cuts into his weaker right foot, but finishes it like it's on his stronger left foot, really. A fantastic finesse into the back of the net, and it's his 9th goal of the Serie A so far. So he won the Golden Boot last year. He'll be gunning to win it again for his 2nd straight season, and if he continues to play like this, I'm sure he'll get it. So Milan 1, Genoa 1, but sadly for us, just 2 minutes after Ryan Tyler gave us the lead, Genoa would get back on level terms here, and Jeremy Jakovic, he kept a clean sheet in the last game, his first one in a while. I was thinking this is the turnaround for his form. He struggled this season, and I just don't know why. You know, I really don't. Last season we bought him for £4 million plus Muslera from Watford. He was phenomenal and worth every single penny. This season, I don't know whether he's got too comfortable between the sticks here at Milan or something, but he's making mistake after mistake after mistake. Answers on a postcard. What's he doing there? And what's going wrong with Jakovic right now? I really don't understand. He was phenomenal when I used him for Canada. He was great last season. Right now, he is just all over the place, and I just have no confidence in him right now. And I didn't think I'd ever say that, because he's one of the best goalkeepers I've ever used in FIFA, and that's saying something. But right now, he is all at sea. But still, Milan won. He's all at sea. Milan 1, Genoa 1, and the away side are back on their terms. They did hit a post just before the break, and then 9 minutes before the end here, we were denied a winning goal by a great stop by the Genoa goalkeeper, and it was how the game would finish as well. Sadly for us, our win streak ends after just 3 games, and it does finish 1-1 here at the San Siro. So really disappointed about this game. You know, I really am. You know, the penalty I chipped, so I didn't think it was one, but I still felt we'd have enough to win this game anyway. But in the second half, just couldn't open up Genoa really. They played lockdown D, couldn't penetrate their defence. They were really, really solid, and they did escape the San Siro with a point. So really frustrated about that. A very disappointing draw. Should have got all 3 points. And again, for Jeremy Jakovic, he may be getting dropped in the next game against Porto because he is all over the place right now. But that is going to end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do leave likes. That's of course much appreciated. And really help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon. And don't forget to let me know what you guys want for episode 150 as well. It's important.